Welcome to Great Chefs, a culinary tour of the United States, featuring some of the country's finest chefs.
Tom Colicchio presents an uncomplicated first course from New York City with Nantucket Bay scallops just barely warmed through and chickpeas, tomato, and lemon zest. Then from suburban Chicago, David Jarvis presents rice paper wrapped salmon and cilantro leaves served on tomato cucumber salad, surrounded by cilantro broth. Dessert is served from Mississippi. Thaddeus Dubois offers a chocolate tuile cookie basket containing sponge cake, orange cream, and a variety of fresh fruit. Beau Rivage, the sprawling resort and casino on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, features the pastry of the talented Thaddeus Dubois. In 1999, he was awarded first place and a gold medal in the U.S. pastry team competition in Beaver Creek, Colorado. His dessert this time is a chocolate basket with fresh fruit and orange cream.
The next recipe is the orange cream, okay? We're going to start with some milk, 8 ounces of milk. I'm going to put it in a sauce pot. I'm going to reserve a little bit of that. I'll show you why. A little bit of the cream too. I add the 8 ounces of cream. 2 ounces of sugar, which is half the sugar. Okay. And the orange zest from 2 oranges, okay? The orange will infuse with the milk and the cream once it is heated up. It's 2 ounces of cornstarch and the remaining sugar, the 2 ounces. I mix the sugar and the cornstarch together. It prevents the cornstarch from lumping up. And then I add the little cream and the milk that I saved. And that prevents you from getting any kinds of lumps of starch in the finished product. Let's whisk that up very well. Okay, then I have eggs, 2 of them, and 2 egg yolks. And we'll whisk that in. Want to try to keep it all in the bowl.
After mixing, the cornstarch thickener will be tempered into the hot liquid.
Okay, I'm going to take the cream and milk is heated here. I'm going to temper some of it into the egg yolks and the starch and the eggs. Okay. It's warmed up a little bit. It's sufficient to go back into the hot cream and the milk. And we're going to cook this until it comes to a boil. It's important that it boils because you want to cook the starch. Otherwise, it has a starchy flavor if you don't cook all the starch out of it. Okay? It's okay if it comes to a boil. The eggs and the egg yolks won't curdle because they're actually protected by the starch. The starch surrounds the molecules of the egg yolks and the eggs, prevents them from curdling. So that's why it can boil.
The mixture is stirred constantly and thickens as it is brought to the boil. It's transferred to a bowl covered with plastic wrap and refrigerated.
For the chocolate basket, it's actually a tuile, which is a thin cookie you put in the oven. It bakes flat and crisp, and then you shape it over a container. Okay. Sugar, we have 4.5 ounces of sugar and 4.5 ounces of butter and 5.5 ounces of syrup, corn syrup. You can use dark if you'd like. Just going to mix those together. It's important that the butter is soft, otherwise you can't do this really. You can do this on a machine if you wish. Okay. Once that's incorporated together, we have pastry flour and cocoa. I also had a little bit of vanilla in there with the butter and the corn syrup when I put that in there. You don't want to mix this too much. Once it's incorporated, that's all you want to mix it. You don't want to overwork the flour, or it doesn't spread as nicely in the oven when you bake it. Okay, there you are. Now we're going to make big tuiles, approximately about 5 inches in diameter. So we're going to put it on a half sheet pan of parchment, and you can't put that many or you're going to have trouble spreading and touching each other. So basically you could only put 2 on here. You can put this mix into a piping bag and pipe them if you wish. We'll stick those in the oven. About 350 degrees, takes about 8 to 10 minutes, 12 minutes maybe. You need to look for the batter stop bubbling. It's important. Sometimes it's hard to tell when chocolate tuiles are done because you can't look at the color because it's chocolate. So it needs to stop bubbling and then they'll be done. Okay? This is just perfect. This is very pliable. Okay? And you can put it right over your container. The nice thing about these, if it gets too cold, stick it back in the oven. You can do that many, many times. And it's no problem. It doesn't affect it at all.
Presentation begins with a round of sponge cake.
Okay, we're ready for a symbol here. I cut the cake out with a circular cutter. I'm just going to set it on the bottom of the tuile. I have the orange cream in a piping bag. I'm just going to pipe some of that on top. And then we're going to decorate it with assorted fruits, and you can use any kind of fruit you like. And the kiwi. And maybe some grapes here. Okay, put that on there. Then I have mango coulis and raspberry coulis for the front of the plate here. I just like to run a knife through it a little bit. And I put just a dollop of whipped cream in the center of it. A couple chocolate cigarettes. Stick them in there. And just a little bit of mint. And we can hit the outer edge of the plate with a little 10X. There you have a chocolate basket with fresh fruits.